With Winter head coach Dan Aaker here in the Warrior football locker room as Winter gets set to take on Bonham here tonight. Coach, we'll talk about Bonham here in just a bit, but of course you got on the board last week with a convincing victory over Chamberlain. How did the week go in practice this week after your first big victory?
I thought we had a pretty good week of practice. It always takes a different turn when you start playing teams and you got a scouting report and you kind of have a good idea what they're going to do. We didn't really know that against Chamberlain, so we're really kind of focused on ourselves. This week was our first week of really preparing for a team and trying some of their tendencies and formations. And it was a typical week. Monday we did a lot of mental stuff. Tuesday we struggled. That's typically how a week goes, just putting different things in and how we're going to, maybe attack them or try to stop them. And Wednesday got better and had a nice pregame. So, for overall week of practice, I'd say it's very typical, but you can kind of see a little different look in our guys' eyes this week. They know that they got a pretty good team coming into town, and I really feel that we're ready to play.
We'll talk about Bonham here in just a bit, but what do you take from that game on Friday night? Got a lot of kids in the game, so that's good and bad maybe. You didn't get all, maybe as much work for your first team, so to speak. What do you take from that game?
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't think our first team got as many reps as we'd like, but at the same time, a lot of the guys that we're looking at to give us, some backup roles and some reps at the varsity level got some quality minutes, so that was good to see. On top of that, some things we need to work on. There were some blocking schemes we had confusion on, and in particular defensively, just getting set and getting aligned. We had guys running around a lot, way too much. So we got to recognize formations and get to where we need to be, and then play football from there. But that's kind of been a little bit of the focus this week, especially defensively, because Bonham throws so many different formations at you that we got to be ready and be in the right spots before we can really do our job. So. But overall, I thought we played pretty well against Chamberlain. I don't really would say that I necessarily know exactly where we're at, but we'll find out tonight, I think.
More with Winter head coach Dan Aaker from the locker room right after this.